Hello everyone, Lego here is back again with another small project. I say that a lot, but most are small compared to what I sometimes do. This is a GC project and it's a little sentence filled with a lot of small words, so you're not going to see any spectacular arrangements of a lot of overlapping consonants and vowels and all the stuff you can really do if you want to get fancy with bigger bigger words. This is a sample of small words, which is fine. I could do things with these still, but it's not going to be the most impressive. So what you're seeing me do is, as usual, I'm making the raw text here, the proto writing with the raw lines and some of the modifiers, using some color codes to keep in mind what needs to go where. And once I'm happy with the overall composition of the flow of the thing, it is just a matter of arranging it so that you naturally flow from one word to the next, because there's no reading direction in this script. You have the start here symbol you just saw me make, and that only gives me the linear direction for the first letter. From there, it's just the nearest to the nearest to the nearest, exactly like Rassilonian or Clockwork. So, this is me doing the actual letters now. Some of the color codes need to be cut, some of the color codes need to be cutting other stuff, and sometimes I'm going to be a little bit cheeky by having the overlap be different things in different contexts. That's a thing you can do with Doctor's Cut as well, and it's very famously-ish, kind of famous, at least very well done in Doctor's Cut, where overlapping shapes do different things depending on which segment it belongs to. You could do the same thing here in GC, and I've done that in a couple of places. Always nice when that happens, and you can certainly stack the deck in your favor a little bit to get these sorts of situations. So I'm not gonna pat myself on the back too much. What are we doing now? I'm still doing the same thing. There's not a lot to expound on here. It's just some basic stuff with the thicknesses, adding some thicknesses to the whole thing. GC does not have any restrictions on what thickness anything can be. It plays no role whatsoever, so you can do whatever you desire in terms of thicknesses. And you can do some really big contrasting elements with this, which is nice. Yeah, what are we doing now? We are doing lines. I had 3 letters with lines, which is not a lot to work with. So instead of doing anything intricate or connected, I decided to just have them radiate outwards away from the project, which was, I guess, the point where this project turned away from the idea I had and turned into what it actually ended up being. I had a different idea in mind when I started this, by actually making a lot of the letters bigger and doing some stuff on the inside of each letter. I'm not gonna spoil what that would be because I might reuse the idea one day. But originally, the internals of the letters was my focus, but it shifted away to the externals instead. Um, unifying the letters together into words, because I have an idea that I might do color code on each separately, and a quick background to give me the context needed for the rest of the stuff. I learned early on that when you do backgrounds, or when you know you have a dark background rather, then it's best to get that dark background out of the way first, because otherwise your color scheme is going to look way off when you do all the colors and they look good, and then you add a dark background at the end and everything is way too bright. So this is the dark background first. That way I know how dark I need everything else to be to sort of play off that contrast. And I'm doing a little bit extra out of the lines here, trying to make them not quite the lightsaber effects, but a little bit of a layered glow here to give them that extra appearance. And Other than that, I don't really have a plan for these. It just seemed like a good idea to radiate them outward. But at the last moment here, I decided to add some more shadowy, smoky effects in the back to sort of um, give it a little bit of a dynamic. It actually It's actually pretty close to how I did the Time Lord regeneration energy back in the Don't Tell Me the Rules project. If anyone remembers that one, it's kind of the same principle, except on a smaller scale. And you're going to see me do it very soon. I'm just doing some touch-ups on the details around there. I added a decorative ring in two parts around some of the central words because I felt like it and it looked good. So that's the reason why that. There's no way to mistake that for a piece of punctuation or another word because of the way the lines work when they actually do work as line modifiers. So I'm not afraid to make any wrong ideas there. Now we're on to the glowy, smoky thing I talked about earlier with some layered colors and different points and different what's the word? Different levels of see-through. I don't remember the word right now. Transparency. That's the thing. Different layers of transparency and some different layers of how much there is, how much it. Oh, that's word. That word. Words fail me at the moment. Apparently, maybe I'm too tired. But what you're seeing me doing right now is the last touch. Is a bit of a radiant array of lines going out from the last word, and I'm erasing the things that I don't need to because I don't want to cover up the words, but just to radiate out from the rest of the word. And I added some contrasting filler to that, so to give it that sort of two tone effect that I used throughout as well. Um, so not terribly big or long. I think it should be little bit of about 1.5 hours, but I'm really happy with the results. You got some clear, simple colors going on, and in my opinion, even though I'm biased, I think this is pretty easily readable. You start at the start marker and then just go through the whole thing, and I really like that. So short project out of the way, and happy Halloween to those of you that celebrate that. And I will see you another time. Bye.